Once again, breaking news here as we are now at the bottom of the hour, coming up on 5:30 on the East Coast, 2:30 Pacific. ESPN's Ed Werder reporting that the New England Patriots are expected to sign Tim Tebow, and they expect him to participate in camp starting tomorrow. And joining us right now here on SportsCenter is ESPN's Ed Werder. And Ed, tell us, how did this all come together?
Well, the Patriots have been considering Tim Tebow for some time, I'm told. In fact, they really wanted to see if he could avoid attracting a lot of media attention in the offseason, because they had no real interest in putting themselves through what the Jets endured last year, what the Broncos did when Tim Tebow was starting and he won the playoff game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So this is, Bill Belichick has always liked Tim Tebow because he wants tough, smart, versatile players, and that description certainly applies to a guy like Tim Tebow. And this move also reunites him, obviously, with Josh McDaniels, the offensive coordinator of the Patriots, who was the head coach of the Denver Broncos, who drafted Demaryius Thomas in the first round, then traded back into the first round to get Tim Tebow. So he is one of the few coaches in football who believes Tim Tebow can be an NFL passer if properly coached.
So that means the position that he will play for the Patriots would be quarterback?
I don't know any of the terms of the contract. I don't know how long it's for. I don't know how much money it's for. But I have confirmed that the Patriots signed him with the intention of having him play quarterback. Tim Tebow is not interested in changing positions for anybody, not even the New England Patriots. I think what's important here is that Bill Belichick recognizes he's in a unique position in the NFL as a three-time Super Bowl winner. Nobody controls the message in the media like Bill Belichick. He doesn't answer questions he doesn't want to answer. He's not going to tolerate a lot about Tim Tebow if he's not playing a big role in that week's game. And Tom Brady, obviously, given his accomplishments in the NFL, is never going to be challenged or feel threatened by the presence of Tim Tebow on the roster. So for all of those reasons, I think the Patriots were a very unique fit and one that, allowed Tim Tebow to appeal to them for this very specific situation.
Yeah, as you mentioned there, Ed, Tom Brady has no reason to fear for his job security there in New England. However, he may have to give up some playing time. I mean, are they talking about maybe implementing a wildcat there with Tebow?
It's hard to envision. Bill Belichick is a really smart guy, and he can talk players into a lot of things, but it's hard to imagine that the Patriots are going to take Tom Brady out in the red zone situation, given how prolific he is. Could I see Tim Tebow contributing in a lot of different areas, like on special teams, to be active for games? Could I see him possibly taking some snaps at tight end, especially if Rob Gronkowski doesn't come back as quickly as the Patriots might hope? He's out until at least the start of the regular season. So I think that there's a lot of things that Tim Tebow can accomplish with his versatility that will allow him opportunities to get on the field. But essentially, this deal is being made for Tim Tebow to remain a quarterback and for Josh McDaniels to begin the process that he undertook in Denver 4 years ago when he drafted Tim Tebow, to try to coach the proper mechanics and allow him to be a successful passer from the pocket in the NFL. That's where you have to win games ultimately.
As far as you know, Ed, what other interest did Tim Tebow have from the other teams in the NFL?
Not aware of there being any significant interest by anybody else in the NFL. I think everybody else was threatened by just how much attention this player commands from the media, and that it's just not worth it to destabilize your starting quarterback if he's not a secure and established player. And a lot of teams are in that very situation. It's really through no fault of Tebow's. It's that he attracts a lot of attention. We've seen it in Denver. We saw it in New York. It can have a detrimental effect. And I think a lot of teams were fearful of that, but Bill Belichick and Tom Brady have no reason to be concerned about that.
Let me ask you this, Ed. What concerns should the Jets have that now a player is going from their camp to the Patriots camp? And I realize Marty Mornhinweg took over in January, and there wasn't maybe a lot of time for Tebow to become accustomed to the playbook that Marty Mornhinweg was trying to put in. But should there be any concerns? Are there any concerns by the Jets that a player now is going to another team within that division?
That happens a lot in the NFL with unrestricted free agency. They're going to open the season against Darrelle Revis, obviously, when they play against the Tampa Bay Bucks, and he obviously spent all of his career with the Jets to this point. I don't think Tim Tebow knows a lot of the Jets' offensive secrets. I think their bigger concern is that long-term, how they're going to look if they don't resolve their own quarterback situation, and they never gave Tim Tebow a chance last year. despite the failures endured by Mark Sanchez and the rest of the franchise, they're going to look bad if Tim Tebow has any kind of success after Tom Brady retires in New England. Or if Tom Brady gets hurt, he missed an entire season with a knee injury. And if in a situation like that, Tebow were to replace him and have success, then I think the Jets would risk that they look bad never having given Tebow a chance.
As if the Patriots-Jets matchups needed any more flavor, well, we just got that for the upcoming season. That's ESPN NFL insider Ed Werder once again breaking the news that the Patriots are set to sign quarterback Tim Tebow. Thank you very much, Ed, for that report. And, yeah, this is going to be the big news here for the rest of the day here on SportsCenter, and certainly tomorrow when the minicamp for the New England Patriots begins, I have a feeling there's going to be a little more media covering that event.
You're going to have to wait to buy your Patriots Tim Tebow jersey.